McDonald's, make your day. Tui's new, give that man a new. Travelex. You'd notice if we weren't there. Harvey Norman and the Air Force.
Hello and welcome to Fox Sports for highlights of day 2, and this is the first test match between South Africa and Australia. At the end of day 1, Australia were in a commanding position. They resumed with a score of 331 for 5. Tremendous performance by Matt Hayden. He made 122, and now Australia have a good partnership going. Martyn's on 21, Gilchrist is on 25. It was hard work for the South Africans, and now the big problem they have is that they will have no Alan Donald on the second day. He's got a torn hamstring in the right leg, and he would be out, one would imagine, for the rest of the series. I've got Alan Border with me. Great position for Australia. What would be the game plan?
Well, they've just got to get through the early overs. The ball's still very new, so they've got to try and survive in the first half hour or so, get themselves set. The wicket is very good. They're in a commanding position, and just build up a score from now. They'll be looking to sort of bat, till after lunch. There were plenty of wickets in hand, and try and get this partnership between Martyn and Gilchrist going.
Tough ask for the South African bowlers now. No Alan Donald. That's a huge blow.
Well, he's their sort of spiritual leader, isn't he? Even though at 35, he still commands a lot of respect from the Australians. And his loss will be a big blow for the South Africans. They've got a bit of inexperience in their bowling attack. I thought Martyn bowled fantastically well yesterday afternoon. Most of the day, actually, he was the pick of the bowlers. Andre Nell did a good job. But, losing your spearhead is going to be a severe blow.
Yes, Australia in a great position, but Steve Waugh would want them to bat only once. So I think these two batsmen who are out there will be watchful early on.
Well, most definitely. As I said, just try and get through that second new ball relatively unscathed. The South Africans really need to take early wickets. The Australians know that. So they'll try and get through that half hour, and then, anything could happen. Adam Gilchrist at the crease, if he gets through that first half an hour to an hour, well, look out.
Yes, the first hour will be crucial. Let's join the action at the start of play.
Damien Martyn on strike. Martyn to bowl. And a little bit of bounce from Martyn. Well, that will give the South Africans some encouragement. That ball certainly did just take off a bit.
I think everyone knew that the pitch would be a bit harder today. And of course, if it's harder, the ball will come onto the bat a bit better, but it also give the fast bowlers a bit more pace. Yesterday, the ball just seemed to be gripping the surface slightly. It will slide off a lot better now, and of course, if it's harder, again, the ball more bounce. But you still have to put the ball in the right spot.
Beaten. Beautiful delivery by Martyn. Mark Boucher taking that ball about head high. And it had Damien Martyn fending at it and making no contact.
Good line. Ball still on the rise when it gets to Mark Boucher. Pitch certainly has quickened up a bit. That's the line he wants to keep, and perhaps just a fraction fuller.
Ball came back, so we've seen 3 balls this morning, and everyone has been testing for the batsman. Damien Martyn deciding to leave that delivery, but it did jag back a bit, and it was pretty close to the off stump.
Knew it was going to go over the top though, Damien Martyn, even if it came back that length with the bounce that's been offered this morning. Good way over the top. 2 gullies in place. They know that Damien Martyn does play out a bit away from his body. The ball could fly in that region.
Martyn just straying down the leg side, not quite getting his rhythm right with that delivery. Hasn't reached the 140 mark as yet, Martyn. Again, good seam movement.
I think Damien Martyn was just a touch surprised by that last one. Again, it went over the top. Again, perhaps because of the length of the ball, he decided to leave it alone. Knew that even if it came back, it would have gone over the top. But I don't think he expected it to come back as much as it did. That was fairly close.
End of the first over, and a very good one. Australia still 3:31 for 5. It's going to be Andre Nel. Those figures of 2 for 64. He's going to be bowling from the corner drive in to Gilchrist.
Not as attacking a field as the field for Damien Martyn. Damien Martyn facing up to Antina, there was an extra gully. Still not very happy with this onside field, Procky. Those two men out behind square. Not too sure why they think that they should be having these two men out that deep.
Particularly of someone of Andre Nel's pace. And that's the area Michael Holding was talking about. There's a man running in there to picture now. He's in front of square on the fence, which seems to me and to my co-commentator Michael Holding a bit of a wasted position. The new ball was taken in the 85th over, so it's still pretty new.
A bit of swerve there for Andre Nel.
Wayward delivery from Martyn. His first delivery to the left-hander Gilchrist this morning. Well bowled, very well bowled indeed. Gilchrist in two minds. Initially he was going to play a defensive shot going forward, then deciding to leave it. And fortunately for him, off the bat and just missing the stumps.
That is good bowling. That could easily have gone back onto the stumps, but the line was so good that he thought initially of playing, but because it was pushed across his body, then thought, well, it's going away, let me leave it alone. But Antina's pace hit the bat before he took it out of the way.
Good over. 3:32 for 5.
All types of people in the ground today. I didn't know they would want it to be recognised.
They've let them out, Michael. Short, pulled away. And there are two men back, but it makes no difference.
Wrong tactics as far as I'm concerned. Not enough pace on Andre Nel to be bothering batsmen with short pitch deliveries. Look how quickly that got to the ground. He was right on top of that, hit down on it. Absolutely no problems for Adam Gilchrist. Those two men out behind square, just wasting time.
Bobald. Movement into the right-hander. Straight down the ground. Look for two. But decide against it. Gilchrist in the fielder. Beautiful delivery. Absolutely beautiful. It jagged back, just missed the stumps. End of another very good over. 3:39 for 5.
I think Moya has been brought into the attack this quickly, also because of the fact that Alan Donald will not be able to bowl. So Mark Boucher perhaps wants to alternate his two fast bowlers from the golf course end.
Punch through the offside. This outfield is very, very fast. Didn't time it to perfection, the left-hander Gilchrist, but it still had enough on it to race away across the ropes.
We haven't seen too many people chase and be successful in those chases here on this ground, whether it's timed perfectly or not.
And that is the 50-run partnership. That 4 through the offside by Gilchrist, 35 not out, Martyn 22. Damien Martyn only contributing 12 of the runs in that 50-run partnership.
Well, maybe instead of Nicky Boye operating with the 2 fast bowlers, it's going to be a switch around for the fast bowlers. Andrenel coming from the golf course end, and then Makaya Ntini coming back from this call-it drive end.
Good delivery, just leaving the right-hander. Thickish edge. Australia 343 for 5.
And Makaya Ntini was marking his run-up. He marked his run-up from round the wicket. Thought perhaps he was going to attempt to change the line to Adam Gilchrist, but he's bowling over the wicket just the same. Of course, he's pushing the ball across the left-hander. Once it pitches in line with his stumps, it's going to continue on that line.
That is the end of a very good over by Makaya Ntini.
Nicely timed. He's a good timer of the ball, Martyn. Again, good running. Edged. And it's gone down. Now. That would have gone just to the left of first slip, but I think Callis dived across. Interesting to see if it carried, but it certainly put off the first slip fielder.
Good bowling, just the ball moving across the left-hander. The thickish edge, and flies between first and second slip. Callis makes a great effort in the end. And Andre Nell, the disappointed bowler. It seems to me that the slips have been a little bit deep. A couple of balls have fallen short of them, and that occasion the ball didn't really carry as well as you would have liked.
Good over. Nell unlucky. That's well played in the end. There's no third man. Gilchrist will get a boundary. I thought he adjusted well. That one seemed to just be jagging back into the left-hander.
Certain amount of risk involved in this shot, but Adam Gilchrist knew what he was doing. Just let the ball come onto him. Didn't try and overplay the shot, just glided it down into that third man region. He knows it's vacant down there, and he moves on to 39 with that boundary.
Another boundary. That's gone like a rocket to the fence. He does play that shot well, Gilchrist. Very strong square of the wicket on the offside. 355 for 5.
Well, cries of catch it from the field, or the bowler. It was in the air, but hit with incredible power. It would have been an absolutely unbelievable catch. Adam Gilchrist gave this everything. Went just wide of that fielder at gully. But hit with tremendous power. It was always going to be a difficult chance to drag in.
This is where he's so dangerous. That's pulled away. He gets into good position, Martyn, and he's hit it in front of mid-wicket.
One of the first real attacking shots we've seen from Damien Martyn, and it's an absolute beauty. Slightly short from Andre Nell. Damien Martyn quickly onto the back foot and hitting it in front of square, and with good power. The line of the ball was outside off stump, but in good position. Damien Martyn plays a lot of his cricket at the Wacker ground in Perth, so used to the shorter pitch deliveries. And here he goes again, another 2 to the score, easing it again through that mid-wicket area.
That's crashed off the back foot. No need to run for it. So the boundary is beginning to flow now for Australia.
There's a signature shot from Damien Martyn. Short and wide of off stump. And if there's a place not to bowl to Damien Martyn, that's it. He's very strong in this region, plays the cut shot quite beautifully. Just a matter of hitting the gap. And he's raced to 36.
Now one slip disappears. Man goes just forward of point. And what does Martyn do? He's giving you the full range here. First the pull, then the cut, and now a lovely straight drive. 3 boundaries in that over.
Because I've been in this situation before, Ravi, and just through experience, you're far better off attacking the attacker. If you've got your main strike bowler who's bowling pretty well, you're better off just taking him on and putting a couple of slips in and just trying to sort of attack him a little bit more. You might have a third man, but you take one of your covers out because he is bowling. Yeah, stick that man in there, and just you're giving yourself an opportunity to bowl him out.
Short delivery, but there is a man in the deep, so just a single. Important that he settles down now, boy, because he could be given a long spell here.
Yes, I know myself, Rav, if you've got a player under your nose on the offside, even though you might necessarily get out in that area, it's just in your mind that you're very wary playing a good ball that's turning back into you from the offside. So particularly to the left-hander, Adam Gilchrist, I would, excuse me, take the slip out and put him in at bat pad on the offside. That would be the way I'd go.
Yes, and what will happen then? You'll immediately see him attempting different shots. You'll see him try the late cut or probably straight away go into the sweep and work the ball away on the onside. That's a very good over. He generated some pace there. 370 for 5. So Nicky Boye will continue. He's got to keep the pressure going by bowling a tight over here. There's some turn.
Well, they're going to really kick themselves if Adam Gilchrist gets a little inside edge onto one of these and it pops up in the air and there's no one around. I mean, there's turn, there's foot marks for him to aim at, there's a little bit of turn. They've got to take the Aussies on a bit more.
That's swept away. And good work there by Nell, but we'll have to see when he touched the ball, did his body touch the rope? But that's a great effort if he has managed to save the boundary. Good footwork. It's played down the ground for the single.
Was very expensive in his first spell yesterday. Jack Callis came back and bowled a lot better, concentrated on that off stump line.
He's not really bubbly, Jacques Callis. I think he's a little disappointed now that Donald's off the field. He's going to have to put in a fair bit of effort with the ball, and that always is danger signs. He does focus on his batting these days, Jacques Callis. Anything which is going to drain him, He's not doing with a lot of enthusiasm. That's not a great sign from South Africa's point of view.
Just out of his reach. Didn't time it very well at all, Adam Gilchrist. Still get 3 runs quite comfortably.
50 for Adam Gilchrist. Not his best shot to bring it up with. But he got enough bat on it to get it over Jacques Callis's head. I think in fact he found the ball wasn't quite there to pull. It came slower than he thought, and that's not a good sign either.
Third man in place now. Quite a few runs went down there earlier on without the third man.
Pretty unlucky in the first half an hour of play. Carnage bowled with a lot of fire. Had a couple of opportunities. It just wasn't to be for the South Africans, and now they face an uphill battle. And really concentrate on what they're doing. They've got to set fields on one side and bowl to it. That doesn't reflect. More runs here for Gilchrist. It's beaten the field too, so they'll get a couple.
Quite a few runs have been taken by Adam Gilchrist in that mid-wicket region, all because there's only one man in front of square whenever he has been on strike. They have had 2 men out deep behind square. Those 20 runs in that sector. A lot of those could have been prevented if they had the man behind square in front of square. That's gone behind square and a long way behind square. Those 2 men out deep again proving to be elusive. Just a single to end the over. Just one man anywhere near that slip cordon at a gully position.
And this is one of the problems they have when they start to defend. Not sure which side of the wicket to bowl. They've got the 2 men out, and then you bowl outside the off stump, and Gilchrist knows there's no slips in place, so he's really going to wind up. He's worked out the odds are in his favour, so even if he hits the edge, the likelihood of it going to a fielder is not great.
In the air, but again in that gap between the first slip and the gully.
Well, that's where the New Zealanders got him out. They had their best fielder there, Chris Harris, and the equivalent is Herschel Gibbs. He's perhaps was a little bit deeper because Damien Martyn feels for this one. Again, you see it just going away, plays away from his body. And again, the luck not with the South Africans. That says it all. His face says it all. Runs down the leg side, and that's the problem that we talked about. Both sides of the wicket, when you start to lose your concentration, and that enables the Australians to score a healthy percentage of deliveries, builds the momentum. South Africans have got to really concentrate in this little period of play before lunch to make sure they support Boucher. Just losing the plot a fraction here.
Martyn thought about hooking initially. That's in the air again, but a long way in the air.
What a way to bring up the 100 partnership, but it was always going to happen. Bowling over the wicket, he's hitting with the spin. There's a little bit of rough outside the off stump, but he's helping it on its way, and Adam Gilchrist, when he really swings hard of it, hits the middle of the bat. In fact, Andre Nel sawed off the bat and didn't even bother. He just started looking up into the stand. That's the shot, the slog sweep, down on the one knee. No intention of keeping it down.
More runs down the leg side. Comfortable 2 for Adam Gilchrist. Well fielded. That single brings up the 400 for Australia though.
Terrific fielding. That'll inspire some of the other fellas. Giving it his all. Couldn't prevent the single. Not quite timed, Gilchrist. You see the bat just turning in his hand, trying to hit it a little bit too hard. But great fielding.
Good shot. Beautifully placed. Well timed. How many deliveries it took for the various 50s to come up for Australia. Slowest 50 was the 250 to 300 mark. 71 deliveries for their 8th 50, getting to 400.
Just start to accelerate these two, and that's a record partnership, beating Steve Waugh and Ian Healy. 19 off the last 5 overs, so a little bit of acceleration just before lunch here on the second day.
There's no slip, so you can't afford to be frustrated. Another boundary here for Gilchrist.
When you set these fields, this is exactly what happens. You bowl outside the off stump, and Adam Gilchrist can have a free rein at it because there's no slips in place, so unless he gets a really fine edge to the keeper, the ball is going to fly quite safely away. And it wasn't a bad delivery, actually nipped away off the seam, but when there's no slips in place, it's just going to cost you 4 runs.
Yes, and the dilemma Boucher has is where does he keep his third man? Gilchrist is strong on the cut. If he gets him a little too fine, and the cut shot will reach the boundary. If he's too square, and if it goes through the slips, it'll reach the boundary, like the last one. And Australia now in a great position. Well, one bounce over the bowler's head and into the boundary. Well, that's Gilchrist for you. Just got the feeling he's in that frame of mind. Second boundary of the over.
Oh, ball. Go, yeah, boys, come on, eh?
Go for gold. I think that might be something that Adam Gilchrist is thinking about at the moment. An opportunity for R1 million. It's a big prize.
Lovely shot. Now this is controlled aggression. Excellent footwork. And just going through with the shot. Didn't try and hit it too hard. This is good batting.
Good use of the feet. Got right to the pitch of the ball. There was cries of catch it, but I don't know who was going to catch that. Way over the top of mid-off. Well struck. And another brilliant boundary from Adam Gilchrist.
Lucky on that occasion, the ball didn't go back and hit the stumps.
This might have been the go for gold shot. But very lucky to survive. Just rolled up his arm and almost onto the off stump.
Delicately played for a couple. Once again, inside out, and it's gone all the way. He made that look so easy. Well, Gilchrist is on fire at the moment. 424 now for 5.
This is an incredible shot, hitting against the spin, inside out, again over extra cover, and the ball just carries all the way to the boundary and over. This is an absolutely fantastic display of batting from Adam Gilchrist. The South Africans are just scratching their heads. They've got no idea what to do.
Lovely shot to bring up his half century. Over pitched, hammered through the offside. And another half century for Damien Martyn. So his rich vein of form continues.
If you're putting together a video of how to play the cover drive, I suggest you get this on tape. Foolish delivery, just moving away from Damien Martyn, foot to the pitch of the ball, doesn't overplay the shot, just beautiful timing and placement. The ball raced away.
And now the pull. Just get the feeling the wheels are beginning to come off here. The South Africans are in deep trouble.
Well, this is getting pretty serious for the South Africans. Damien Martyn has been playing the quiet role, and he's just still picking up the odd boundary. Beautiful cover drive, and then a pull shot for boundaries. He's moved on to 57. Australia 438 for 5.
And again, this time he doesn't quite get hold of it. Just get the feeling Callis is losing his cool here. And he's clubbed that on the onside. Another boundary. There's deep square leg, there's deep mid-wicket, there's long on. Gilchrist still finds the boundary on the onside.
Well, there's 5 men on the boundary, and Adam Gilchrist still is able to find it. He's absolutely smashed that. A bit low for the go for gold shot. I'm sure he'll get it in these sights if he brings up his 3 figures.
It's well played. Again, he adjusted well, played it late.
It's what they call soft hands. The ball just turns a little bit away from the right-handed bat. It just opens the face slightly and uses the pace of the ball just to run it down, find a third man.
96 Gilchrist. And he's played that away on the onside. The timing is good enough for the ball to reach the boundary. It's been a magnificent innings. And in the last 1 hour, we've seen some scintillating stroke play.
Almost as good as it gets. Adam Gilchrist almost overcome with emotion having scored that 100. Very appreciative. Hugs his West Australian and Australian teammate Damien Martyn. The Australians in the crowd here absolutely ecstatic, as are his teammates. Tour groups from down under. You don't see many better innings than that one just compiled from Adam Gilchrist. Absolutely magnificent.
It's good delivery again. Well, Lentini must be wondering where is the luck going to come from. He's beaten almost every batsman.
Edge.
He meant to hit this through cover, Adam Gilchrist, but such is the swing of the bat, and you can see it's a full flow. He's got it square off the outside edge, but thick enough edge to really go fast to the boundary. Third man didn't see it. Very slow to set off. There's been quicker around than Andre Nell. He just didn't spot it off the bat. I think he was looking through the covers, as a lot of other people were, and it squirted away.
Well, what else do you do? Makayantini's found the edge again, this time to the right-hander. No luck at all. And a little bit of turn for Nicky Boye. Finds the outside edge, picks up a couple of runs. Frustrating times for South Africa. Punched off the back foot. That's a very, very good shot. He timed that quite superbly. There's a man stationed just in front of square on the fence, but he had no chance.
Good shot. This is a brilliant shot. It's fairly raced away. It scorched the turf. Oh, the fella on the boundary. I mean, he probably had about 20 yards to go, and he doesn't even come into the picture. Straight off the middle.
In the air again. Frustration for Ntini. Real frustration. Australians, they don't mind.
Well, I talked about lottery tickets. I reckon they ought to buy one. Every time it's up and over, it doesn't go anywhere near a fielder. And I don't think he had a control of that, Damien Martyn. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I think he was trying to go up and over, but I think he was trying to go a little squarer than that. And just a fairly late on the shot. But if you're going to go hard, and that's what he did and got the result.
His 10th fall. Well bowled, beautifully bowled. Well, what can he do?
That's a good shot. Played beautifully and late and timed to perfection. That's actually going to go all the way. You see all these hard shots from Adam Gilchrist, and now you just see a little caress from Damien Martyn.
Beautifully executed. Just a fraction short, fraction wide, and the little dab.
Scott, Budgie, come on, boy.
Really is a
Working on your
beautiful
boys.
little
Come on,
shot.
boys. Yes.
Quicker one. And Smith cutting that off. Good throw. Just a couple. 4-8-5 for 5. Bouncer. And a good one. You don't often deceive a man of Gilchrist's quality when he's got 113, but Teeny's just done it.
He's done him for pace. He's nowhere near it. He's actually very lucky not to get a top edge. And again, this is a fine delivery. It's right in the right spot. Just about head high. Very hard to control. 2 men back. Well, will it be another one?
He's gone for it. It's in the air. Ashwell Prince is underneath it. Down. Great effort. Or was that Buddha Dipana? Great effort by Buddha Dipana. He had to run a long way. The ball coming over his head. Full length dive. And just got his fingertips to it.
Well, what can you say? Poor old Mackay and Tina. He's seen 2 go just past the bat. He's gone and seen this one go in the air. This is a fantastic effort. Full length dive. Those either stick or they don't. He's made an awful lot of distance just to even get there. And then the dive going back over your shoulder. There can't be a harder catch in cricket.
Just a single.
Well, I don't think it's really going to strike fear. His best is 1 for 6. So he has got a wicket. I wonder who's to come there.
Speaking to his captain, Mark Boucher, getting his fielders in the right place, shining the ball. And he actually has got just a hint of movement. Can he break this stand? It's so important for South Africa. It's a 200 up as well, 200 partnership. That last single.
Oh.
Well bowled.
Batting back.
That was well bowled.
It was a toughie, but at this level of cricket, you've really got to take everyone on offer.
And that brings the 500 up. 500 for 5, Australia.
Lovely shot. Excellent placement. Point was deep. There was a third man. Martyn has still found the boundary.
That took some doing. The man had been placed on point because they know that Martyn is so strong through that area. And he was very deep. But he had absolutely no chance. Scare thought though for Mackay and Tini. He has been running in since this test match started. Hasn't bowled that badly, but nothing to show for it really.
That's pulled away in tremendous fashion. 100 for Martyn. And what a way to get there. The two Western Australians on a roll.
I think that pleased him a great deal, Damien Martyn. Didn't start off all that well, seemed a bit shaky at the beginning of his innings, but certainly blossomed as the innings went on. That was a good shot. He knew it. He knew it long before it got to the boundary.
Well, the two Australians pleased this punch, and why not? What a partnership. Another one. 3 on the trot. And Tini coming round the wicket. He's got just 2 men on the onside. And Martyn just helping himself here.
Not too sure why Mackay and Tini went around the wicket with 2 men on the onside. That would mean he would have to pitch the ball off stump and slant it right across the right-handed batsman. That pitch just about mid-stump, and with it being that short, he had absolutely no problems in playing that onto the onside, Damien Martyn.
He's not quite got hold of it. And just pulled back inside the boundary. Andre Nell, the fielder there, he seems to have hurt himself. That's in the air. 1 bounce to the man at deep point. Good effort. It's a very good effort. Not easy to pick when it comes flat from the crowd. And Graham Smith, the 12th man, doing well there. 5:20 for 5.
The spin, it's a spin, but that was good. That was brilliant.
That's pulled away. Not going all the way to the man in the deep. It was in the air for a while. That's pulled away. That's a tremendous blow. He's seeing this ball like a football now, Martyn. Fractionally short, and he was into position in a flash.
It doesn't really matter where they put the fielders at this point. Australian just hitting the ball at will, taking runs at will, whether they are singles or fours. South Africa at the moment seemingly lost. They've run out of ideas.
Yes, he can't believe it, because it wasn't all that short a delivery. This goes to show the kind of form these two batsmen are. It's an easy pace track now. Lovely shot. Superb timing. And the boundaries continue to flow. It's a good stop. Saved a certain boundary. Just the single. I like the way these two have complemented each other. When Gilchrist was on the go, Martyn was quite happy giving him the strike, picking up the single. Now since lunch, it's been Damien Martyn who's played the role of the senior partner. Gilchrist quite happy to just take the back seat, and that doesn't happen too often, especially once he's past 100. It's been a thoroughly professional performance by the Australians. 5:37 for 5. It's in the air, slipped away. And again, falling just short of the man in the deep.
Start there, back. Yo.
Everyone quite happy to lie down on the field at the moment. Whether they're diving to save the ball or not.
Stand back, come on, boy.
He's got that away fine. Won't reach the boundary though. To wait for the umpire signal. Leg by signal.
There it is. 249, only 328 balls, 235 minutes, so it's a real hurry up. And there's more here. That's a good shot. Looked dangerous, but he read it all the way. No slips. And there's the 250 partnership. And still to be concluded. It's been a wonderful partnership. Even the South African fans, yeah, they don't like to see their side getting whooped, but this has been wonderful batting. Full value for your entry fee. Shots all around the wicket. Adam Gilchrist, as always, very exciting, and Damien Martyn, just an exquisite player these days. Round the wicket for Nell. He's whacked that one over the top. Not quite timed to perfection, but more runs.
Once again, fortune favours the brave. Attempting to hit this one over the covers. Doesn't quite catch it anywhere near he likes it, and when it's your day, these four safely. Trying to go over the top, thickish outside edge, but enough bat on it to fly safely.
Waiting.
Yeah, I think we have to be fair to the South Africans, and Martyn in particular. They really haven't had a lot of luck. The leading edge has fallen short. A couple of pull shots have gone to ground just in front of fielders. There's been one or two catches that have gone down, so nothing has gone South Africa's way in the first 2 days, and it reflects on the scoreboard. 545 for 5. Does Warnie like a crisis when he comes in, AB? That's over the top. That's the old one-day shot that we see so often from Adam Gilchrist. Couple of bounces, and the umpire waves the arms, and another 4. It's probably been as respectable as any. This is going to cost him a couple. Oh, Damien Martyn sets off and backs himself, and in the end does it easy. More runs here for Adam Gilchrist as well. There we go. We'll swap your Callis for Kylie. And that's going to be bars and probably wides and no balls, so you can take your pick. Wide, high, and really tough for Mark Boucher. He's just made a great take down the leg side of Neil McKenzie, and this one is just too high.
Baz, in England, you'd be getting a bit nervous with it. 5-5-5 for 5. Isn't that a derivative of Nelson 1-1-1?
It's one you'd settle for, though. Gee whiz. 5-5-5 for 5. Beautiful shot. No one moved, including Damien Martyn, because he knew it was going to race away for 4. Brilliant shot.
I'll tell you what, those Aussie flag wavers will be getting a bit weary. And a lot of boundaries, and not too many better than this. Just the perfect cover drive. What I like about Damien Martyn, he doesn't try and overplay the shot. Just watches it very closely and just guides it right through the gap. Minimum of fuss, maximum result. And they're getting very tired, those boys.
And where's that gone? Just a little faint edge, and Mark Boucher is exasperated. He charged down the wicket, got too close to it. Boucher fancied the stumping, little edge.
Adam Gilchrist advancing. And I'm not sure whether there's any edge or pad on that. There's certainly been given runs for it. A tough one for the keeper to take. He would have been very unsighted by that. But certainly you'd have to put that down as a chance.
Well, he's been given runs. I thought initially he'd got a little nick. And he's had a go at this one. It's in the air, and it's going to land safely again. It's almost like a radar on that bat to pick out the gaps. Even when they hit it in the air and miss-hit it, it goes in between fielders. Have another look at that stumping.
Really full ball. Adam Gilchrist down the track, and the umpire has given Adam Gilchrist runs for that, but definitely a stumping chance.
There he goes again, and don't worry about that one. It'll just be a maximum 6 runs.
And I'll tell you what, not far from the go for gold sign. 150 to Adam Gilchrist. One of the best knocks you'd ever want to see. A couple of periods of luck, but really majority of the time at the crease he's been absolutely awesome.
Good word, AB, awesome. He really is one of those players that changes the game. Just in the slot, thank you very much. And he's looking for 2 here, Adam Gilchrist, and I'll tell you why in a minute, and he's going to get it. That's his highest score ever in Test cricket, and I'm sure he'll be looking up to the dressing room. He really raced away. Damien Martyn knew straight away. Has that equaled his highest score? It's got 153 on the board, but there's a little bit of concern as to whether it's 152 or 153. 152 is his highest. Will he make sure of it? Well, it doesn't matter. He's got it this time, no matter what. And he's got it with a 4.
That's the over.
Well, that's the idea of batting. Hit them where they ain't. And Adam Gilchrist done a lot of that.
Damien Martyn joins in the action. There's a man out there. Baptism for Andre Nell. A couple of pieces of luck for Adam Gilchrist on the way to his highest score. One of them was in recent times against Neil McKenzie. And he's gone again. High, and is it long? Yes, it is. 2 on the trot almost for Adam Gilchrist, both in the same direction. He just swept Neil McKenzie away for a 6 a couple of overs ago, and now Andre Nell suffers the same fate. Again, that's in the air, just wide. It won't go for 4, but more runs. And they're just sailing along serenely, the Australians. Yeah, there's no doubt that there's a little bit of the rarefied atmosphere. It's about 4,000 feet up in Johannesburg, and the ball does travel through the air quite a lot quicker. You find, and that might have been a factor with Gilchrist, not really ready for it. He'd come from Cape Town, where it's a lot thicker near the coast. The ball doesn't travel as quickly, and that slip catch might have just surprised him.
Like the idea of that in the golf course, Baz. I might get it past the ladies too. Scoring from all batsmen, and pretty even distribution, isn't it? 49.5% on the offside, 50.5% on the leg side, but very strong through that mid-wicket area.
"77 fours, 7 sixes, and we haven't had 2 days of cricket quite yet. And you see the leg side offside break up, and to me, AB, that shows you the problem that Mark Boucher has. They're bowling both sides of the wicket, and it's very hard to defend both sides. You've got to pick a side and stick to it.
Some of that's dependent on length as well, Barry. They've bowled, in my mind, a little short at times, particularly on the first day, the first 2 sessions. And with the Australian players so strong off the back foot, pulling and cutting, I mean, you can hit a ball from outside the off stump. In theory, you're bowling the right line, but if it's too short, it can be hit through the onside.
that's not too short, it's too full. Put away. But only a couple. 165 for Adam Gilchrist, coming in at number 7. The score was 293 when he got to the crease. It's now 592. So just one away. It's been a huge partnership.
Go, Mackie, come on, boy. Oh. Vanish.
Not a very good present for Herschel Gibbs. 28 years of age. You'll remember this one. And that's put away for 4, as it should have been. Long up, down leg side. Neil Mackenzie's bowled a few overs, perhaps to one too many. Been put away for 4, and that's the 300 partnership. 303.
300-run partnership. Those Australian flag wavers, they'll be the tiredest blokes on the field, I reckon. There've been great support, but plenty of boundaries to wave the flag.
Go, Mac.
303 runs off 364 deliveries in 258 minutes. That's some batting.
Not kidding. That is really very quick indeed. 258 minutes. And there he goes again. Don't worry about this one. Is it going to get the gold sign? It must have just missed. That is an amazing shot. Anybody who can strike gold at the Wanderers. And Adam Gilchrist was so close. 404.5 ounces of gold for every batsman who hits the billboard. How close was this?
He's hit it too far. And he knows how close it was. 1.4 million rand. And it's high, it's hard, he's looking. Go ball, he's saying. No, pull back, come back. Oh, so close to $1 million.
Hey, what about half, AB? I reckon it's that close, and he gave everybody such a fright that they might just think about giving him half or something anyway.
Quick single. Well, this partnership in excess of 300 runs, and they're still taking quick singles, these two. $129, Damien Martyn. And Gilchrist 176. Another play and a miss. Well fielded. Good fielding by Nicky Boyer. Off zone bowling, and at last the crowd have something to cheer for the South Africans.
And put
Single of the last ball of the over. 610 for 5. So 3 scores in excess of 600 at Test cricket at this famous venue, the Wanderers. Smashed in the air, out. At last, South Africa have made the breakthrough. Damien Martyn goes on a big one. It catches the outside edge, and Callis gets a wicket.
The way things were going, you just wondered where South Africa would get their next wicket from. Well, the answer, deep third man. And there you could see again, Procky, a bit of movement off the seam there for Jack Callis. So there definitely is a bit of help there for the seamer if you do hit the seam. But at end of an excellent knock again from Damien Martyn. Batted brilliantly.
And the new man at the crease, the famous leg spinner, Shane Warne. And he got quite a reception from this Wanderers crowd. Warm applause and boos and ahs. And he gave a wry little smile to Shane Warne. Well, certainly got the crowd going. Shane Warne coming to the crease. And this is how Damien Martyn was dismissed.
Thrown a bit wide there by Jack Callis, but again you can see a bit of movement off the seam when the ball hit that pitch. Just threw the bat at it, Damien Martyn, but unfortunately for him, fortunately for South Africa, it carried all the way down to third man. Gilchrist will be thinking about when it's his time to bat.
Shane Warne in the air, just short. Did it carry? Always very difficult running in square of the pitch.
Didn't get on top of that at all, Shane Warne. Didn't seem as if he was trying to hit down on it. He got under the ball. Good attempt there from Graham Smith. Had a bit of ground to make, didn't quite make it.
This is the near catch. Shane Warne's second ball. Graham Smith diving forward. Don't quite think it carried. Difficult to tell from there, but good effort. He's frustrated. He thinks he should have caught it. If you're an Australian supporter, score sheets don't look any healthier than that. That is for sure. Everyone amongst the runs, and 3 Centurions, Hayden, Martyn and Gilchrist, who's still there with 179 to his name off just 202 balls. He's on strike. Boye the bowler.
That's gone a long way. All those feelers on the boundary, they mattered none.
Head of Gilchrist certainly takes the bowlers on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 men positioned between the backward square leg and long on the fence. And he's not bothered about them. He says, if it comes out nearer the meat of the bat, I'll clear them. And he clears them comfortably. His 7th 6 and now his 8th 6. How close was that to the sign that would have struck gold for Adam Gilchrist? What an innings this is proving to be.
Hitting them too far on this occasion. I'm sure his teammates will tell him that he has to aim a bit better than this. They're going a long way, but going too far. Going over this sign that he's trying to hit.
That's a huge blow. That really is huge. That's out the stadium. Quite incredible. His 8th 6. The Australian wicketkeeper. Nicky Boye not too impressed about that.
I don't think any of the bowlers out there can be too impressed at the moment. Another ball comes out onto the field. Could be going for some record here as far as balls used are concerned, Procky.
Lose as many cricket balls as I do golf balls, Mikey. 191, 205 balls, 18 fours, 8 sixes. a strike rate of just over 93. One of the most amazing inningses we're privileged to watch. Big appeal. Did he get some bat on it? Umpire Rudy Kutson not interested.
I don't think Mark Boucher was all that interested either. Perhaps the ball was hitting him just outside the line of off stump. Close call though. Picking the wrong one on that occasion, Adam Gilchrist. It was a bit too full.
Running all the way, not quite. Good effort. But they come back for 4. Brilliant running. And a direct hit. It's all happening at the Wanderers.
Not another 4, Adam Gilchrist, but at least he had to use a bit more energy on this occasion. Had to run them all. So as 2 balls ago, the LBW shout. We'll see exactly where it pitched. Pitched in line, but did it straighten enough?
Yeah, I think that would have missed off stump. It didn't straighten enough, I don't think, Michael. There was no turn, and if it had turned, it was out. 6:28 for 6.
The inside edges that were missing in there. The umpires just don't quite hear.
Heave. Too full to get the ball airborne. End of the over, the 143rd. 6:29 for 6.
This is that LBW shout again. The bat perhaps hitting the ground on the way through.
Gilchrist 196, Warren 1. Bouncer in the air. Will it carry? No.
Still toiling away here, Jack Callis. Certainly a lot happier, I would think, bowling now to Shane Warne than Adam Gilchrist. 2 steps back in place for Warne, looking for that outside edge.
Just the mid-on saving the single. There's a man, Graham Smith, posted just in front of square on the leg side on the fence for the hook shot. Field now changes for the left-hander. Spread far and wide, the fielders. Well, hopefully we've got enough balls for Gilchrist. He's slogged 2 out the park, right out the ground here at the Wanderers, which are big hits. Shane Warne now joins in. Plays a beautiful cover drive.
100-0 at mid-off, not looking all that fluent at the moment. That's a good shot from Shane Warne though. Just hitting with the movement of the ball going away from him.
What do you reckon next delivery, Marky? Bouncer? No. Bowls him an absolute beauty. Maybe Shane Warne was expecting a bouncer. But again, there's some life in this pitch. If you get in the right length and the right line, hit the seam, that can happen.
Definitely something there if you hit that seam regularly.
Well, 6-3-6 for 6. Gilchrist 198, needs just 2 runs to get to the 200 mark.
Bowling to a 6-3 field now, 6 on the onside.
Six-3 as well, 6 on the fence and 3 in.
No signal from umpire Rudy Kurtzen. That means Gilchrist moves up to 199.
Jakes!
18 fours, 8 sixes.
Leg stump ready?
Still have quite a few men out on the boundary for Shane Warne. 4 of them deep. And on the point boundary, long on, long off and deep backward square.
It's gone for the big one, has Shane Warne. And it is the big one. Or is it? Umpire Rudy Kurtzen said he couldn't see whether it went over the top or not.
Watch!
4 or 6. His umpire asks his fellow umpire. Steve Buckner says, raise your hands, which he does.
Not too sure if Steve Buckner did see it himself either. He was asking the question as well from square leg. People in the stands certainly thought that it carried.
Catch it!
In the air and out. Shane Warne looking to work out on the onside. The leading edge. And a simple catch.
That Shane Warne hadn't gone down and Adam Gilchrist has gotten his double century. Perhaps there would have been the clearing at tee or a simple dismissal. Mickey Boyer gets a wicket after a lot of hard work. Just turning the bat a bit too early there, Shane Warne, against the spin. We don't come any easier than that.
Brett Lee, the new batsman. He can have some fun. There's lots of time left in this match. Just wonder how long Australia will continue to bat. Mickey Boyer, the bowler.
I suppose that's the big question, isn't it? Is a declaration imminent? Will they just allow Adam Gilchrist to get a double 100, or will they keep piling on the pain and go to, well, with 20 overs left in the day, they might be thinking that's the time to set a declaration.
And a little bit of an exaggerated defensive shot by Brett Lee. And he can tap him around too, can Brett Lee, who will forget what he did to Arnold Donald in Perth. 27 off 1 over. End of the over, 6:43 for 7. Adam Gilchrist is on 199. 18 fours, 8 sixes. Callis, the bowler. Short, pulled away, and that's the 200. What an innings. And what a way to get it. All the way to the boundary. Adam Gilchrist, take a bow. Today you've been an absolute star.
Absolutely ecstatic. Appreciative teammates and Australian supporters all around the ground have seen one of the great Test knocks. He wasn't bothered with just pushing it for one. Got the short ball and hammered it away to the boundary for yet another well struck 4. Here we go. Fastest double centuries in balls faced. He's beaten a couple of powerful hitters there.
Certainly has. Quick single taken. So he still wants every single run going. Looks as though he might just have tweaked a hamstring there. So the quickest double century of all time since introductions of runs per balls. And that's the 200.
Wonder if he's getting a bit dizzy swinging, Proc. Might be the only way he gets out. It's certainly been his day, and he's been absolutely superb.
Ian Botham, 220, was the previous quickest double 100. And before that, Gordon Greenwich, the famous West Indian opening batter. What a player he was as well. 232 balls for his 200. That was way back. Not way back, not too far ago, 1984.
No, we were still playing then, so it can't be that long ago. Adam Gilchrist, 204 not out.
Maybe there certainly doesn't appear to be any signs that Australia are going to declare the way Brett Lee's playing. He's played a couple of defensive shots. Looks as though he's in for a bit of a knock. Highest scores by a keeper. Highest Andy Flower.
Yes, I get the feeling that Steve Waugh might be looking at later on this afternoon. There's the highest scores by keepers. 232 by Andy Flower. What a knock that must have been. I was playing in that game when Taslim Arif made 210 not out against us in Faisalabad. Adam Gilchrist will threaten that if they bat for another half an hour or so.
How about 5 or 6 minutes, AB? Well, Brett Lee joins the party as well. And that is the declaration. The Australian flags are flying high. As the Australian captain? No. They've gone back again. They haven't declared. Yes, they have. Communication wasn't great, but eventually Australia have declared. Gilchrist will end up with 204. What a player.
Congratulations all round from appreciative South Africans. They know they've witnessed something special here. Adam Gilchrist will have to race off and get the pads on to keep. But the support from the Australians has been full on. We've seen something special here at the Wanderers. And the teammates most appreciative as well.
Claps all round, pictures taken. Famous day here at the Wanderers. Gilchrist not out, 204. Brilliant performance. Damien Martyn, a magnificent 133 to go along with Matthew Hayden's also quite magnificent 122. So Australia have amassed 652 for 7. South Africa bowling 146 overs. Very, very healthy looking score sheet. They don't come much better. Alan Donald doing a hamstring into his 16th over. That was with the second new ball. 1 for 72. Ntini, 33 overs, 8 maidens, 1 for 124. And that really doesn't do him any justice at all. He bowled quite superbly against a very, very fine lineup of Australian batsmen, that's for sure. Jack Callis 2 for 116 in his 24. Nell 30.4, 2 for 121. The 0.4 is because he bowled the other 4 deliveries which Alan Donald could not bowl. Boye 1 for 153 off 35. And the part-time bowler Neil McKenzie, 8 overs, 0 for 50. Thanks very much, Ravi. Yeah, it's been some sort of day here at the Wanderers. Golden moments in cricket, that's for sure. And there's a lovely atmosphere, even though the South African bowlers have taken a pounding. Everyone that's been here in the ball ring realised they've witnessed something a little bit special. And the excitement always does mount a little bit when one of the great fast bowlers or fast medium bowlers of all time in cricket, Glenn McGrath, takes the ball. Bowling to 2 fine opening batsmen. Herschel Gibbs on strike, just taking guard. And at the non-striker's end is Gary Kirsten. And it's Herschel Gibbs' 28th birthday today. Happy birthday, Herschel Gibbs. Glenn McGrath. Good shot. Very good shot indeed by Herschel Gibbs, and the crowd are on their feet. At last they've got something to shout about, and it's for a South African.
Certainly a fantastic start for the South Africans. Give them a lot of confidence. Foolish delivery, a little bit over pitch from Glenn McGrath, but well dealt with by Herschel Gibbs. Fantastic on drive, so that'll ease the nerves just a little bit. You'll notice a few of the Australians wearing black armbands. See Glenn McGrath there. And a few of the boys, Matthew Hayden, they're wearing black armbands. The sad news, passing of a good friend of cricket, a man called Brian Hollis, who has been involved as a rubber and pest around New South Wales dressing rooms and Australian dressing rooms for a lot of years. Fantastic friend to all the cricket fraternity and in fact the rugby league fraternity. Did a lot of the running and rubbing for the Manly Warringah Rugby League Club, playing out of Sydney. And news of his passing has just reached the players. And he was a good friend to all of those boys out there. One of those fellas you like to have around dressing rooms, keeps the mood very light and entertained.
Big appeal. The crowd don't like it.
No reaction from Glenn McGrath, but certainly hits the pad first and squeezes onto the bat, but I'd have to say that's outside the line. So no real reaction from bowler.
Not surprising, Glenn McGrath settling into a good rhythm straight away, getting his line right. Not bowling at maximum speed yet.
The problem the South Africans face, Procky, the fact that Steve Waugh with 650 on the board can attack as much as he likes. Doesn't matter if the odd ball goes to the boundary, keep men in catching positions.
Applied. That won't go all the way. To settle for 2 will Herschel Gibbs. 6 from the first over. South Africa 6 without loss. Jason Gillespie bowling from the golf course end. Also to 4 slips, 2 gullies. This time to Gary Kirsten, the left-hander. And Kirsten immediately away.
Good fielding from Glenn McGrath to keep that to a single.
Overpitched, down the ground, 4 more. Warm applause from this good crowd at the Wanderers. They do support South Africa. South Africa 11 without loss. 11 without loss. 442 more to avoid the follow-on. McGrath around the wicket. Off the edge, gone. McGrath in the first ball of the second over. He's got the edge of Kirsten's bat, who tried to leave it, and South Africa have lost their first wicket.
Well, this is quite unbelievable. Gary Kirsten was trying to leave that ball alone. The angle of the ball coming in from around the wicket. The ball's kept coming at Gary Kirsten. He couldn't get his bat out of the road, and quite unbelievably catches the edge and flies to the safe hands of Shane Warne. And a terrible blow for South Africa, with Gary Kirsten on his way for 1.
What a time for the man on debut to come to the crease. Ashwell Prince. South Africa are 11 for 1 because another left-hander has just departed.
Brilliant bowling again from Glenn McGrath. The ball just coming back at Kirsten, trying to avoid it. Just catches the head and flies straight to Shane Warne. They're almost disbelieving the Australians.
Good shot. I think that was intentional. All the fielders up looking for the catches, Australia. So as we've been saying, plenty of scoring opportunities. Another 4 to Gibbs. Thick-ish outside edge, but intentionally played, one feels, down to that vacant third man area. Good shot.
Runs on the onside. There's no one in the outfield, so the chasing is for the man at forward short leg. Every shot played by the South Africans now, getting a huge cheer from the crowd. First runs in Test match cricket for Ashwell Prince. And that'll make him feel better.
Hey, hide us!
That's through him. The Australians go up for the catch. And umpire Rudy Kirsten isn't interested. Very confident appeal. Interesting to see if that just flicked the pad of Herschel Gibbs.
Well, it's got to have hit the inside edge if it hit anything. The Australians were absolutely confident. They, to a man, ran there. Herschel Gibbs wasn't interested, but more importantly, nor was the umpire. Did he get a little touch? It might have flicked the pad, might have even flicked the top of the stumps, Ravi. That's happened on many occasions. It doesn't dislodge the bail, makes the woody sound. Beat everything here. Well, make up your own mind. Not too much rotation of the ball, but to Jason Gillespie, he's absolutely convinced.
Fine shot. Just hitting through the line. Gillespie over pitching, and Herschel Gibbs cashing in.
Good area for Herschel Gibbs. Nice and confident, and that shows a confident player. Under pressure with a decision, the ball before, not phased at all, the half volley, and he's just hit through the line, beautifully timed.
Top edged 4, no fine leg.
And that's positive play by the young man, and quite right too. He's prepared to back himself early on. He knows there's no fine leg, so even a top edge is going to get him some runs, and that's thoughtful cricket. He knows he only has to get some sort of bat on it. There's no man down there, and he's got a result. Good thinking from the young man in his first Test match. That in fact is bowled to him because there's a leg gully. They're looking for a fending off. He's got plenty to say, Jason Gillespie. Herschel Prince knows he's in a contest. Got support at the other end. Herschel Gibbs, both of them from Western Province.
Good shot. Nicely punched on the back foot. That's the most confident shot he's played. Second boundary for Prince. And that'll end the over. 44 for 1.
Thank you, Ravi. And another boundary to South Africa. Nothing had been going South Africa's way when they're in the field. Well, they have had a bit more luck with the bat. What a bad delivery this from Mbabra. Good length. Wow. Could have gone anywhere.
Good delivery. That jagged back into the left-hander. It's been a good start for Brett Lee.
Getting turn, Shane Warne, but not really quick turn. Big shout again, and he has given him this time. The top spinner that went straight on, not the one spinning away from the right-handed batsman.
Always difficult decisions to give on the front foot. Umpire Rudy Kutson pretty confident about this one. Gibbs not going too far forward. Hits him below the roll. Going straight on to hit the stumps. Not easy to give those decisions, but that was a good one.
Jack Callis, the new batsman for South Africa. Has a big job on his hands. Jack Callis coming in at number 4.
Come on, water. In 4 now.
Didn't have a very happy time of it in the slips, Jack Callis. Shane Warne coming round the wicket.
Oh! Yeah, good morning. Come on, Warnie.
But Lee working up good rhythm here. The line has been good. You can see the pace he's generating. Easily the quickest bowler on view in this test match. Lee's working up some serious pace. Nasty. Taken. Warne's claiming the catch. Callis holding his ground. But just looking at the body language of the Australians, I think Callis will have to depart. That's a nasty delivery.
Absolutely fantastic delivery. I suppose there's 2 questions to ask. Did Jack Callis glove the delivery? And I'd say yes. And the next one, did Shane Warne catch it? And yes, he did. So I don't think there's any argument about the catch being taken. If it's hit the glove, he's going to be on his way.
There's no doubt about it, but what a nasty delivery this is to get early on. Callis, both feet in the air, just fending at that. Warne making no mistake, just about carrying to that slip fielder. Australians on a roll here. Talked about Lee working up some serious pace. Well, he's got a wicket now, and that pace will improve. So the red light flashed. Callis has to depart. Wicket number 3 for Australia. And South Africa in deep trouble now. 55 for 3. That's a tremendous shot. Bowled from wide of the crease, no ball signal, but Prince was onto it in a flash. That's great to watch. Fast bowler, bowling with his tail up, and a young man playing his first test match, showing the courage.
Way over at the no ball, but absolutely fantastic shot from Herschel Prince.
Well played. Drifting onto leg stump. And Mackenzie has put it away in style.
Super cricket shot this. Neil Mackenzie just using the pace of the ball. Angled into the pads. And just a quick flick of the wrists, and that flies away behind square. Fantastic shot.
Didn't know much about that. That cut back in sharply. Short and put away. Ample time for Mackenzie to rock back on that back foot.
And this is the sort of delivery that Neil Mackenzie looks for all the time when facing Shane Warne.
Flying over the top of slip. Looking for that hook shot again. And that is a lot better. That was a beautiful shot. That was not a half volley.
Lovely swing of the bat. Got a good eye. The foot didn't really get to the pitch, very much from the crease. He stand and deliver. He just backs his eye. And why not? If it's as good as that, that fairly flashed through the covers.
Full shot again, and this time he played it very well.
Well, he's flying along. Just 5 balls bowled in this over. 3 of them are gone for 4. One was a little streaky, but there's 2 beautiful shots. One cover drive, and again backed himself. 2 men on the onside. We've mentioned that. It doesn't have to be all that short. And bang. Anything Adam Gilchrist can do, I can do better.
Good drive. Not beautifully timed, but you can still get there, as we have seen on so many occasions on this ground.
At last, something to cheer about for the South Africans. 50 partnership, just 58 balls. And Neil Mackenzie joining in the fun, just slightly over pitching Glenn McGrath, and he's got forward and just eased it away through cover. That's a good shot. Plenty of boundaries in the last couple of overs.
Dropped. Got there quite quickly. Captain Steve Waugh in that gully position, the second of the 2 gullies. That's high up in the air. Will it carry? Gillespie gets under it and takes it.
Well, gambling again, Neil Mackenzie. Only a couple on the onside. They've seen that pull shot played so tremendously well by the Australians. Calculated risk from Neil Mackenzie, but Glenn McGrath is not to be trifled with. Just a little bit too full. He's got it high on the bat, and that went many mile in the air. And watch how he keeps his eyes on it, Jason Gillespie, all the way, hands cupped, takes the catch. He knows what a good catch. It looks easy, but it come from a very great height. So Neil Mackenzie, after a good little partnership with Prince, departs for 16. McGrath gets his second, 108 for 4.
Both are dipping on the new batsman for South Africa. Not the best of times to come into bat. Just about 4.5 overs to be bowled. And this was the dismissal of Mackenzie.
He just got right underneath it. He's looking to hit it up, and I think that's what is his downfall. If he'd actually tried to keep it down a little bit more, it would have still gone in the air, but not quite so high. That's a good catch from Jason Gillespie. He had a long time to think about it. It came from many a mile, and he never took his eyes off it. You watch how the eyes are intent on the ball. Big wide hands, forms the cup, and in it goes, and Neil Mackenzie's got to go. Disappointment for him.
And that could be another. They have all gone up.
Oh, Jason Gillespie is absolutely sure. We saw one from Herschel Gibbs, and it was a great decision by Rudy Kutsen. It was an inside edge or so everybody thought, but it actually flicked the pad. We'll have to look at this one again. This one sounded a little bit more confident. There was a nice noise as it went through. It's gone between bat and pad. Very difficult again to tell. The pads were there, the bat was there, but the Australians were very confident. And again, I think it might have just brushed the pad. That could be another great decision. How does he do it? The Australians thought it was gone for all money. It's just nipped back off the track and it's just brushed the pad. What a good decision.
Always very difficult, those decisions. And no fine leg. And Gilchrist will do the chasing. Seconds for 2.
Well, the throw's a shocker. Everybody expecting it to go the other end. It almost was rolling to get to the bowler's end. He summed it up and he thought, well, maybe I'll go to the bowler's end. And hello, anybody at home? It could easily have gone for overthrows. Wouldn't Glenn McGrath be really pleased with that? Second to last over of the day.
Well, Glenn McGrath has done his work for the day. Last ball of the day. Steve Waugh still making fielding changes. Third man in place. And he has left it. Well played, Ashwell Prince. Young man batted well on his debut. 47 not out, but also pretty good work done by the Australian team. They managed to get 4 wickets.
Yes, I'll be very happy with the day's play. That man will be extremely happy. Adam Gilchrist, 204, his first double century in Test cricket. Previous highest 152, and he and Damien Martyn really decimated the South African attack. And now there's a congratulations all round. And that young man has also played well. Ashwell Prince coming in for his debut. Late call into the team when Justin Ontong was injured. And he's 47 on out, and he'll carry on the good work tomorrow. But it's been all Australia.
So South Africa 111 for 4 at the end of day 2. No respite for the South African batsmen whatsoever. Glenn McGrath struck early, getting the important wicket of Kirsten, and then he was well supported by Vaughan, Lee and Gillespie. Ashwell Prince played well for 47. You can see there McGrath 2 for 27. Once again he was naggingly accurate. Wickets for Vaughan and Lee, and Vaughan was getting the ball to turn appreciably towards the end of the day. That's how the match stands at this stage. 652 for 7. South Africa in reply 111 for 4. They still trail by 342 runs. I have Alan Border with me. Alan, South Africa's point of view, you know, their batsmen absolutely no respite. What can they do from here?
Well, it's a very difficult task for them. I was very impressed with young Ashwell Prince on debut. He was under a lot of pressure, batting at 3 in his first Test match against a fired-up Australian attack. They've got 652 runs on the board. So I thought he came through that baptism of fire absolutely fantastically well. 47 not out, so no one begrudge him some runs tomorrow. But the Australians are right in the box seat. It was just as an Australian fan, I mean, just a huge day for them. Adam Gilchrist and Damien Martyn were outstanding. Big partnership, 317. Adam Gilchrist just hit the ball to all parts. I mean, it's just one of the best Test match innings I've seen. Great support from Damien Martyn, and then the bowlers backed up Steve Waugh. He's got the ability to keep all the players in catching positions, so real tough task for the South Africans from here.
Yes, the star of today was Adam Gilchrist. He's now talking to Mike Proctor.
Adam, thanks very much for taking the time out. It's been a long day for you.
Yeah, a long but enjoyable day. Obviously a big day for Australian cricket too. We're in a good position. Really laid the foundation to go and chase a win now.
And with Damien Martyn, 317 runs, you seem to complement each other very well?
Yeah, certainly Marto's just so patient in his batting. It's been a feature of his batting since he came back into the Test team, and I think he's averaging about 80 now, so over the past 18 months to 2 years. So, look, yeah, it's a joy to bat with him, and as it is with most of the guys in the side, we always seem to be fairly attacking, and that's the basis that we work our game around.
So you guys intentionally go out there and really try and attack?
Yeah, I suppose that we've had an unwritten rule that we try to get 300 runs in a day of Test cricket. Some days you're not going to do that, and other days you're going to try and do it, and it's going to bring to your downfall, lead you to your downfall. But that's an aggressive way, and it's worked well for us over a number of years now.
You seem pretty pumped up, especially when you got your 100. You really enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, it was a big moment. It was been a while since I'd got a big score through the one-day series at home. I missed out and missed out in the Test matches against South Africa and Australia. So to get there for that, and just a big relief, big moment, and just very, very pleased.
And were you aware that this ended up being the fastest 200 in Test cricket of all time?
I wasn't aware until I came in and the boys told me, and I think I saw a quick bit of vision on the screen that I think Ian Botham's name was up there. So yeah, it's a bit weird to have your name alongside those guys, but I was a bit slow early on too. I thought that normally I'm a few more off that many balls because I normally try and slog a few more, but it came together at the end.
And Adam, the question I must ask you, that advertising board up there, Go for Gold, you were obviously aware that the price for hitting that was a gold bar worth between 1.3 and 1.4 million rand. Did you really try and actually hit it?
I was mildly aware of it. All the guys in the sheds were very aware of it, so no, there was no strict instructions to go for it, but no, that one left the bat and I was sure it was going to thump into the sign, but I waited and there was no noise, so unfortunately it went over the top. But look, it's an added bit of fun, bit of interest for all the spectators, and certainly I'm sure that the company have got a bit of mileage out of it, so look, it's good. They're great supporters of cricket, obviously, and I think everyone leaves fairly happy and entertained.
The South African bowlers had to toil pretty hard. I think there's still something in the pitch if the bowlers hit the seam, but I thought Martyn, those figures didn't really do him justice.
Yeah, Mackay was unlucky and undeserving of the figures that he walks off with. He was fantastic, and just towards the end it was almost sad to see him just get tapped a little bit by Marto just as he tired, because he was fantastic and he kept the heart in it for those guys. But certainly he and Glenn McGrath and Brett showed that if you do put the ball in the right areas, there's a little bit there. It's a beautiful batting wicket, obviously, but certainly a reward there for the bowlers.
Adam, thanks very much indeed for joining us, and congratulations again on a wonderful day.
Thanks, Mike. Cheers.
So Adam Gilchrist, the outstanding performance by him. First double 100 in Test match cricket, and there was no surprise as he was the McDonald's player of the day.
Short, pulled away, and that's the 200. What an innings. And what a way to get it all the way to the boundary. Adam Gilchrist, take a bow. Today you've been an absolute star.
So Adam Gilchrist there, the McDonald's play of the day. I still have Alan Border with me. Alan, what can South Africa look forward to?
Well, look, if I was one of the batsmen, I'd just be thinking, well, if I get myself in, I'm just going to bat time and just try and make it as difficult as possible for the Australians to get me out. And that's the mindset you have, because it's one of those situations, it's going to be very difficult for South Africa to win the game. They've got to try and keep Australia out in the field for as long as possible, somehow try and get past that follow-on. If they don't get past the follow-on, make them bowl a lot of overs at you so that they're tired for the second innings. But some opportunities to get a big score.
Yes, there's no doubt about the fact that the Australians are all over the South Africans like a rash. We hope you enjoyed the highlights of day two. We look forward.
Hit hard enough, picks up a single.
Leg side tucked around the corner. That's going to be 4 more. That's the second boundary off the over.